Hey everyone, this is Chris and Sandy Bent with the Chris and Sandy Show. We get up close and personal with some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I say on every episode, we got a great show for you.
We've got Emery Bingham. She started her YouTube channel when she was just 7 years old. She has a background in modeling, acting, singing, and her goal is to be an inspiration for everyone out there trying to achieve their dreams.
And we're excited to have her on today. So, Emery, welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure to have you on. I always like to start the show out the same as I always do. At least we're in a tough time right now. And hopefully one day I don't have to start it like this. But how has COVID affected you? And what have you done to kind of maneuver through this crazy new maze?
Well, I mean, the biggest it affected me was honestly like performing, because I do like to perform. Otherwise, I don't leave my house. But I do a lot of Zoom concerts now. I'll schedule Zoom things so I can still perform just from home. But it sucks. But look, you have to wait.
You know, one thing I've noticed that I think is going to be great for the future for artists is, as you know, a lot of artists I've noticed are doing these online concerts where people pay $5-10 to attend it. Well, imagine that when everything comes back to whatever normal is, that you have concerts, but you can now combine it with the online side. So now you can do your face-to-face concert, but still have all the online world too with you.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. I think it can change. I think it's going to change real concerts forever. I think people are going to live stream a lot more.
and you know, that's like with us. You know, we launched this show January of 2020, so a couple months before COVID. And I remember thinking our original plan was to do 100 interviews our first year, and we thought if we could do that, it would be great. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is a game changer for our show. So let's just go all out, because artists like you are going to need a place to talk with everything shutting down. And because of that, we did over 300 interviews last year.
Wow.
So it's definitely been a game changer for us.
Oh, it has. Definitely.
Sure.
So what are some hobbies you like to do outside of music?
I like to do a lot of makeup, and I like to just talk to my friends and play with my dog. But mostly makeup. I do makeup a lot.
Oh, wow. And don't you do things on YouTube with that too?
Yeah, I do some makeup tutorials sometimes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, Square Table, what's up to you too?
Yes.
That's one cool thing about the StreamYard. You can have, sometimes if a guest wants to make a comment, you can pull it right up there.
Oh, wow.
So what would you say is something quirky about you?
I I don't know. I mean, I play a lot of Roblox, so that might be something. I play with my friends a lot. That might be, I don't know.
So, you know, a lot of people would ask, when did you know you wanted to do music? I always like you to go deeper than that. When did it click that this could actually be a career choice for you?
I don't know. I don't think I think I just kind of, when I was 7, I found YouTube for the first time when I was 4, and I was watching all these videos, and I was like, I want to do that, and then I just did it. I never really was like, oh, I want to be a singer. I was just always yeah, I'm gonna be a singer. I'll just do that. So I don't know. It never really clicked. It just kind of has always been like that.
That's really cool, because you know, sometimes people have that where they know they want to do it, but then there's that point in their career where they're like, oh, I could actually make money doing it. So tell us a little bit about, you know, when you started the YouTube at 7, what were your thoughts then? Because I mean, that's really young. I mean, how did you even think about 7?
Well, I wanted to do it, and I was 4, and my mom was like, no. And I had no idea how to upload. I was filming things, and I was 4 and 5 and 6, and I have so many videos of me just doing random things. And I don't know. I was just I want to upload these because I watched other people do it, and I was I want to be like them. And I would post videos, and then when I finally turned 7, I was let's actually figure out how to upload these, because they're all in my thing. So then we figured out how to do upload things. And I uploaded my first video, which I think was like a mermaid potion tutorial or something, or it was like me singing like a song for Mulan. But yeah, I was just kind of watching everyone else do it, and I was just like, I want to do that.
Oh, wow. And for those that are watching on the live or replayed later on, she has over 300,000 YouTube subscribers. So, yeah, she's doing something right.
Yes, that's quite an achievement there.
Very, because it's, a lot of people don't understand, and, YouTube subscribers is not like Facebook,
Right.
300,000 Facebook likes is way different than getting 300 YouTube subscribers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And that's for such a young age. Now, do you have times where you're out and you're not taken seriously because of your age? Because you've got this big dream, you got the dreams where where you want to go, and sometimes people can be mean and cruel because you already know where you want to go at 13.
Oh, definitely. I think that's like the majority of like what it is. Like a lot of comments I get are like, "You're so young. Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, you're literally 10 years old. You don't even know." And then like I'm sure like a lot of things that I could be doing, like I can't because I'm 13. They're like, "She's just a kid. She doesn't know like much." And I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah, I always try to correct people. I mean, I've seen that on Facebook a lot where people will say, you should be a doctor or should be a lawyer. And I'm always like, you know what? If, because I remember I've seen someone post talking about how that they hate the whole YouTube thing and TikTok thing.
Right.
And I'm like, look, you just hate it because you didn't have this when you were younger.
Yes.
They call it. I've seen someone call someone on TikTok lazy because they want to make money just doing TikToks, and I'm sitting there like, wouldn't we all want to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be the ideal, to be able to have fun, make money, and also make a difference all in one without having to go to that 9 to 5? I mean, it makes total sense to me.
It does.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, I mean, I see a lot of hate on TikTok specifically just because people are like, oh, they make money just dancing. But like, if you're entertained by them dancing and if you're mad about it, you're watching it still. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's a form of entertainment.
And it's entertainment. That's what I think. That's what people are forgetting. You turn on a TV, and it's okay for that actor or actress to make $1 million. But it's not okay for someone who's entertaining through the internet to make money. That makes no sense.
Right. Yeah. I
don't know. So, as you know, a lot of people, they look up to, they see the glory of like a Blake Shelton, of a Miranda, of a Carrie, of a Ariana Grande, and all that. But they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles that it takes, not just to get to their level, but even a career level within the entertainment world. And I always want to talk about that because I think nobody really talks about this side of it. And that may be what's part of the misconception that we were just talking about.
Could be.
About, oh, y'all don't do nothing. But y'all do. Y'all sacrifice so much. I'm going to tell a quick story that kind of helped guide where I want this to go. But back in 2014, we interviewed Allison Steele from Two Steel Girls. And at that time, her and her daughter was full-time with music. And I remember asking Allison what advice she'd give an up-and-coming artist. And I'll never forget what she said. She said, this may sound funny coming from someone full-time, but if you can see yourself doing something else, go do that and just keep this as a hobby. Because the moment you want this to be a career, everything has to change. Your life has to change. You no longer own your own life. Your friends and relatives never understand. They invite you to weddings, the cookouts, the weekends, the holidays. But when you're in that grind mode, especially at the beginning, you have to be all in. You have to say yes to everything that's music related and no to almost everything that's not. So there's really no balance at the very beginning, and a lot of people don't understand that. Then your family has to sacrifice because they have to be willing to share you with the world. But then she added, but if you cannot see yourself doing anything else, then go all in. That's the only way that those kind of sacrifices could ever be worth it. What do you think of what she said? Let's talk about that.
I think she's right. I feel like I can't see myself doing anything else. Like, I've done this for like so long, and like when I think, and people are like, "Oh, where do you see yourself in 10 years?" I'm like, hopefully more music is out. Like, I don't think I could do anything else. Like, I mean, yeah, like you have to you have to be willing to like play the game that you have to play to get there. And it's like it's very hard to get into the music industry, and I'm not even like in it yet, I don't think at all. Like and so it's just a difficult thing, and it's like years and years and years and years.
And that's the part that people don't understand, because you see people who make it to the top, all of a sudden they come out the gate and they're big and they think it's an overnight success, and it's actually 10, 15 years of work before they get there in most cases.
Yeah, definitely. People are like, oh, she got famous overnight. It's like, no, like she was probably working for a long time before then.
Because we know the thing too, because we're chasing the same dream you are, but on a different platform with our show. We want to be the Bobby Bones, the Kelly Clarkson show, the Ty Bentley's out there. We're chasing that same dream, so we get it that you're doing all this work and work and work, and there's like no return at the beginning of the career.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily YouTube, like, you can kind of, I feel like once you have a platform, you can kind of like start to do things like that you like, and then like some people will like it, some people won't, but like at first you definitely have to like just, even if you don't like it, you just have to like do it and just do what everyone likes, and then once people see you, then you can like do what you want to do.
I love that. So now that we talked a little bit about the sacrifice side, let's talk about the glory side. What are some moments where you're like, wow, I got to do that in my career?
Probably just anytime I perform. That's like my favorite thing, but it's also like terrifying. But I like, I don't know. I don't know. And then like meeting a lot of my supporters is like a lot of fun, and it's usually like going to those like conventions that you can't go to right now, but when they're there, like it's a lot of fun meeting your supporters and like performing. But yeah, I think that, yeah, oh my god,
I guess that's got to be tough, not being able to go to conventions, events, and all that right now.
Yeah, definitely.
With the whole COVID and all that, it's really taken aback for the entertainment industry, and it's been we definitely feel for all the entertainers who get out there and now they can't.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going to perform a song for us, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, awesome.
So tell us a little bit about the song, and then the floor is yours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called Jealousy, and it's a song. It's kind of just about like the internet and stuff, and like sorry, I'm pulling it up, but it's kind of just like about the internet and like what people act like in the internet. Yeah. Or like friends that you think are your friends and then they're not. That's kind of what it is.
Almost like what we just talked about.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Floor is yours.
Yes.
Bum 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 ba da dum bum 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 bum. Smile full of lies, me not so surprised. Posing for the camera, I'm what she wanna be. Lie, lie, lie. No surprise. LOL for free, can't play no game on me. I'm the new obsession, they be acting all friendly. Ay, I should make them pay a fee. Ay, jealousy, that's a sin. Act like they're your friend, it's just pretend. Turn your back, watch them switch. The internet is full of angry fans. Snake like cobra, I see them close up. Oh, they mad, don't feel bad that there's no love. Gossiping, that's the trend. I guess I'll never learn it just again. How they fall asleep and wake up with some bad vibes. You never really know who's on the other side. When they drive through the hood, always be supersized. Call me Billy, cause I'd hate to be the bad guy. Jealousy, that's a sin. Act like they're your friend, it's just pretend. Turn your back, watch them switch. The internet is full of angry fans. Bum 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 dum bum 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 bum. Oh no.
Are they still there?
They're on, you guys are on mute.
Don't you love technology? I thought I
Yes, it
clicked.
automatically mutes and he forgot to unmute.
I had it muted and and I clicked it, but I didn't realize it didn't.
Love the song. Great job.
Thank you.
So speaking of that song and jealousy and all that, and trolls on social media,
Oh, so
you
many
being a
trolls.
young artist, a lot, because we in our day we didn't have all this social media. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, you still had mean people, but it's
Yes, it's
different
a little different
because now people can hide behind the computer. How do you handle the troll side?
I mean, I think it can be difficult at times. Like, I think a lot of people think, like, oh, you have to act like it doesn't bother you at all. And I thought that for a while too, but it's like, no, because like it does at sometimes when
Right.
like for me it doesn't always, because there's people, they don't even have a profile picture or a username, and they're just like, you can't sing, you're ugly, you're gonna get nowhere, and it's just like, who are you? What are you?
Yes, we don't even know who you are.
Yeah, and and I never understand that. It's
Mhm.
like I seen a meme not long ago on Facebook that says, I saw something I disagreed with, and I kept on scrolling because that's the way I roll. And I was like, I love that.
Love that. That's what everyone should do.
That should be, it's just like, if you hate it so much, just don't
Yes.
look at it. And like I do those, like I said, Roblox earlier, I do like Roblox concert stuff, and people join and they're like, this sucks, this is so awful, and it's like, well, if you don't like it, you just leave. Like,
Absolutely.
It's crazy what people, and sometimes I'm guessing people just have no life, that they have to try to pull other people down because
Yes,
to make them feel better. That's really a lot of times I think between that and they've went through pain themselves and they don't realize that they're doing the same thing sometimes.
yeah, like if you're happy, you wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So as you know, a lot of people see the artists, but they don't see the teams behind the artists. And I think that the teams never get the love they deserve. So if you want to take a few moments to tell us about the team that helps you be who you are.
Well, it's definitely mostly like me and my grandma, and then like there's a guy that I work with named Trey. His Instagram is TRE3ACE. I think I said that right. Okay. But he writes the lyrics to most of my songs, or like my recent ones. And my producer's name is Rob, and his Instagram is Zen Master Rob. And producer. And then I also do like my music videos. The videographer is usually someone named Kyle. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Olthoff. Kyle Olthoff. So those are like the most people. And then obviously like my grandma and my mom and like my sister.
So tell us a mom story. You probably got 1,000 of them, but tell us a story that kind of stands out where she went above and beyond for your career, and you're like, wow, she gets, this is my passion.
My grandma. It's usually my grandma, because my mom, she's supportive, but she like can't handle LA. She's like, I can't. My grandma my grandma usually like she does all like the connection stuff. She sets up everything.
Oh wow.
And she like whenever like there's an event, she'll like always like take me there and stuff. So like she's always been really supportive.
Oh, cool. Because I love to hear family stories, because a lot of artists that we know usually don't have the family connection at all. And usually they're like, well, if you're not going to be a doctor, lawyer, they almost want to shun the person. And I never understand that, because I'm always like, well, what if this is that one thing that they're supposed to do, and you're trying to push them another way?
I don't understand that.
And speaking of teams, we've got a third co-host, our little 9-year-old.
Yes, we do.
And Sandy's going to go get him real quick.
Christopher, I will get it.
And we've got a 2-year-old daughter that when she gets older, she'll be plugged into the show because we are a family affair show.
That's cool.
In fact, what's funny is because I always say we're a family affair show, we recently, not long ago, locked in the name familyaffairmedia.com. So we're going to eventually run on everything under Family Affair Media.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Can I answer my little dog? Oh, Grace, hi. Hi. This is my dog.
Look at Doggy.
Oh, hi. Say hi.
Hi, doggy.
And
And hi, Emery. So, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yes.
My favorite food is probably macaroni.
And what's yours?
Mine is pizza.
Yeah, I like pizza too.
He could eat it all day long if we gave it to him.
Oh, yeah. He's got 2 more questions.
Okay. So, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. I don't really watch TV, but I watched Dance Moms for a while, so I'd probably say Dance Moms.
Yeah, we watched a lot of that.
Yeah, we watched a lot of those.
Yeah.
And one of the Dance Moms kids, we might be having on the show in a few months. Can't say who yet, but
Right.
But we've been reaching out to them, so hopefully we can get them on.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your favorite TV show?
Mine is SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, he loves SpongeBob.
He loves
We watch what's been cool about it because he watches a lot of Nickelodeon shows. Because of this show, we've been able to bring on a lot of people from his shows onto the show. So that's been. I'm like, I wish I'd had that when I was young.
Yes.
Cool.
And he's got 1 more question.
Okay.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Probably Halloween.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What's yours?
My favorite movie is the Minion movies.
Despicable Me.
Yes.
Right.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, he definitely loves all that, and he loves his little part, and he gets a little upset sometimes when sometimes the artist has to leave early, and we're like, all of a sudden he can't be in it, but he's been in almost every one.
Yeah, like 98% at least.
Cool.
Look what someone said. They made macaroni and cheese pizza.
We've had that. I've had that at Cece's before. It's pretty good.
That's interesting.
Yes, that's different.
So if you could co-write with any artist, collaborate in any which way, however you want to do that, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you want the song to be about?
Well, I'm sure most people will get this, but Ariana Grande.
I figured that one.
Yeah. But I don't know what I'd want the song to be about. I don't either Ariana Grande or like Melanie Martinez. I really like her too. Probably I don't know. I'm like I don't know the song.
Anything with her, right?
Yeah.
No lost love yet.
Yeah, I've never had like a breakup before, so
So have you ever met her yet?
Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have. I went to a meet and greet like almost 2 years ago now, and it was scary. I don't remember it. I like blacked out.
All right. Yeah, I told a friend of mine about the show coming up, and I was like, I think that she's going to make it like Ariana Grande.
Oh wow!
Because you kind of remind me of her.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I've done that before. But I hope. Thank you.
So, what's been one of the craziest moments you've had since you've been doing all this?
It's been a lot. Let me think. Craziest moment. I don't know. Probably, I think like the thing that like shocked me the most, I'd say, was probably like seeing how. I don't know how to say this without sounding rude. Like there's how when people like see me and they're like, can I get like they like recognize me in public, I'm just like, what? Like why? Like I remember the first time someone was like, can I get a picture with you? And I was like, why? Like what?
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's definitely like was like, oh whoa.
Like walking on the streets of Hollywood, a lot of people.
Yeah, like walking on Hollywood Boulevard and then people are like, can I get a picture? I'm just like,
Oh wow. So you're starting to be recognizable.
I guess.
It's like I said, it's definitely coming. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2015, we got to interview Kelsey Ballerini before she was kind of known. And one of the questions I asked her was where she wanted to be in 5 years. I always like to tell this story before I ask the guest that same question, because the answer she gave us about 6 years ago was almost to the T of what she's living now. She knew where she was going and nothing was going to stop her. So knowing that, where do you want to be in 5 years?
Touring. I really want to tour, but COVID better end. Oh my god, I want to tour so bad, but I can't obviously right now because of COVID and also just But I'd love to tour and hopefully have an album out.
That would be really awesome. So let's look even further down the road. Let's look 15 years down the road. Let's say that your success on a grand scale, you're at the Ariana Grande scale. You're there. If the person you are today could meet your future successful self, what would you today want to remind her?
Stay humble. I can't oh god, I cannot imagine, I'd never want me to be anything like some of these people act like. Stay humble, I guess.
Well, that's definitely a good one. That's usually what people, because again, the purpose of me asking that particular, because a lot of people, they ask, what would you tell your younger self? And even though you're 13, I even ask this new question to no matter what age you are, because I like to look into the future. And I always want to make that point where whatever you would tell your future self or remind your future self kind of helps them remind them where they are now.
Yeah, that's so scary.
How would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
Oh gosh, I don't know. They're all kind of different. I would say a little odd. Alternative, I'd say. Pop, yeah, pop, but also alternative. A little, like I said, little weird. I don't know.
Yeah, and somebody asked if she thought about doing something like Rebecca Black.
That's the girl who sings "It's Friday."
Yes, that one. Yes.
11. No, I have not.
Who inspires you the most as an artist?
All the singers I look up to, like I said, Ariana Grande, Melanie Martinez, Madison Beer, yeah.
And what would you like for your legacy to be? What would you ultimately like to be known for?
Singing.
I love that. So let's say you had a friend of yours and you heard him or her sing and they've got something special. As Simon Cowell would say, they have that it factor. But they've played maybe 40 or 50 shows, so they're still getting their feet wet on the performance side. What advice would you give that person if they got on stage, they have that stage bug where they look over the crowd's roaring for them, and they come to you and they ask you what advice you'd give for them? So what would you tell them to help guide them the next few years?
Don't hold back at all. I've said things like that to people because I feel when I see people who are really talented and stuff, and they aren't doing anything about it, I get so irritated. I'm like, what are you doing? You're doing so well right now, and you're just don't let yourself be the reason that you're not doing very well. I guess. don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. 'Cause a lot of people let fear hold them back. I mean, even with this show, I think in 2019, we spent the whole year. I kept saying we're gonna launch, and we did like 3 interviews just
Yeah,
through
during the
Facebook,
year.
but it wasn't with the Chris and Sandy show. And finally, at the end of 2019, I told Sandy, you know what? 2020 is our year. We're launching January 3rd. That's it. And we did it.
We did do it.
And we look back
Finally.
now with almost 400 interviews, and we've had people like Randy Travis, Sarah Evans, Allie Brooke, and people like you coming on. And we're just sitting there like, okay, what if we didn't do this? We would not have had the show that we've had.
Yeah, I think that can be like the biggest struggle with people. It's like they're too scared, but like, don't be.
You've never been afraid.
I've never really been afraid because I was 7. I couldn't be afraid when I was 7. Like it's just like when I was like 7, I was just like, whatever. But then
Let's just do it.
As I was doing it.
And that's the good thing about starting so young, to where you just do it. Because the older you get, the more fear, because the world
and the more
puts
what ifs you
and
have,
what ifs, and all these people are in your head. But at 7, you know what? Let's just do it.
Yes, let's see what happens.
So by the time you get to 13, you're now like, okay, there's no fear because you've done this all your life.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So what's next for you?
As much music as I possibly can put out. I'm releasing a video in like a few days. I'm like trying to cook or like bake for the first time, and it's tragic.
Oh, wow.
But there's that. Just trying my best to put out like every song I can.
Love that. And we really enjoyed having you on the show today. So if you want to tell everybody how they can find you, it'd be great.
My Instagram is Emery Official, so is my TikTok, and my YouTube is Emery Bingham.
Awesome. We really loved having you on the show today, and we look forward to having you back for some updates.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would be happy to come back.
That would be awesome.
Yes, we'd love that.
You have a great day.
Yeah, you too.